Hi folks, I'm Stephen Crony. Thanks for joining me again. Many thanks to all the patrons, all the members over at patreon.com/Stephen Crony. First and foremost, your support is very much appreciated. Glad to see the community pages have been little hives of activity. It's nice to build a real community over there. Today I've got a riverside scene, got our little fisherman there fishing amongst the shadows. I've used a reference photograph that I took 3 or 4 years ago. So first and foremost, let me show you that picture. You'll find this photographed in the post below the video for a closer inspection, but for now you can just see where we've got a whole mass of tangled leaves and trunks and branches and things, so there's a bit of sorting out to do, a few reflections in the foreground. So let me show you the materials I've used. Got my usual palettes. We've got ultramarine, a combo of lemon yellow and cad yellow on the top, got Payne's grey. I didn't use the alizarin crimson for this one, raw sienna, burnt umber, light red. Most of it done with the large Ron Ranson hake. We've got the little Ron Ranson hake, a 1/4 inch flat, and then just underneath there I've used a small sword liner and a number 3 rigger. So let's kick it off with just a little bit of water, not a huge amount. I often put too much, I often over wet it. Raw sienna, bit of yellow. This is pretty much just a bit of background colour really. I'm not taking too much notice of what's actually in the reference at this point. And at this point, right this second now, because I can see some ultramarine in the sky, I'm going to whack some of that in. Bang some of that down below, because that's where the water's going to be. And just dab, dab, dab. Right, now I can see some green trees and things, so I'm going to start off just the general area. They come down to out there. And there's going to be a bit of reflection down there. A bit more green over this area. Something like that. And again, so I'm going to reflect some of that down below. Bit of brown, see bits of brown and things like that. So again, just constantly, what I'm doing above, I'm copying down below with the reflections. And then the brown picked up on the brush is mixing with the yellow, so I'm getting a slightly different shade of green. Just reflect a bit of that down below. Now what I need now are, let's start off with the rigger. See how we get on with this. I'm just going to start. Do you know what? I'm going straight to the sword liner because it just holds more paint. Before I do that, I can see. I'm just going to scrape into these, the sort of very light coloured twigs and things I can see going on down there. And I'll paint over some of these. A few reflections in there. It's a whole load of light coloured stuff. Right, now let's switch to the sword liner. Now there's twigs and branches and things all over the place, so I'm not really going to worry myself painting them exactly as I'm looking at the reference photograph. I can just see it like a mass, so I'm just going to paint in sort of en masse, so to speak. And now there's a whole load of things going on down here. Let's pop those reflections down at the same time. A bit more water. And just a few fingernails in there. Now I can switch to the hake brush again. I'm going to pop in A few more greens. Let's give it a bit of red as well. A little bit of red. This is where the bank section area is going to be, over there. A bit of red down there. Can't necessarily see much red in the actual reference, as I say, but it's just an impression. It's just a simple impression, and I'm going to worry too much. I'm not doing realism. It's just my sort of feel of the scene. It's just a feeling, really. That's all it is. I'm going to block that bit in a bit darker, because then I can see a big lighter one, and that's giving off dark as well, because there's reflection goes down there like that. I'll come back to that in a bit. What I will do for now is just soak up that water at the bottom, scoop up the paper. Let's just pull this tight, get it flat against the board. Just have a little fiddle around with the little height brush. Add a little bit more colours here and there. So I'm going to start with raw sienna, just some mass. Mass there. You see, it's starting to loosen up now. It's really loosening it up. Bit of blue in there, a few darks. Predominantly, you got that area there is a little bit darker. A bit of red as well. At least with the little hike, I can go a bit mad without doing too much damage in one go, really. Put that over there. See this, you can just sort of just knock it about, sort of twist. I'm twisting around as well like that as I'm putting the things, just to get those extra random shapes and patterns. Again, I'm back in with the fingernail. Sword liner. A bit of brown, bit of blue, it's just a general dark colour this is really. I'm just, again, just adding. These exact twigs and branches aren't in the reference photograph. As I said before, it's just a feel. I'm just doing a feel of what's there. It's like now these things, they might be coming off that light brown, they might not be, I don't know. It doesn't really make any difference. And then when I feel as if I've put enough of this background in, I'll focus. I will put a little bit more focus on the main trunks and the trees. The sort of two on the right, one on the left. That'll be like the main elements in the foreground. Again, just like that, and then just flick it up, just whack it around like that, and then just basically make the shapes. Then just go with the flow. Just let the shapes. Let the shapes just take you there. So just whack it in like that. And different brushes will offer different effects. So again, this time just getting into a bit of yellow. I'm just brushing down there like that. Just a bit of, again, basic green. Just pull down some sort of reflection going up there. A little bit of green like that, a bit of raw sienna maybe as well. Touch more water, just loosen it a little bit. Just have some red, look at that, just a whack, just a bit of colour. Have a little bit over there as well. Just a bit of blue on there, just adds to the dark sections. That's it, I don't want to get too mad with that. Again, I like the rigger brush because you can make loads of random marks with this rigger brush. Because it's so small, you sort of get away with it all over the place. Look. You're going to do too much damage with the rigger, but you do get a chance to pop in loads of nice little marks here and there, twigs and branches and all sorts of things going on. If you ain't keen on it, just like that and rub it out. Just rub it out with your finger. It's not a problem. There's a few lines in the foreground, so if it's all horizontal, look. It's all vertical rather. And you just want a few horizontal marks as well. Just very, very light. I'm not going too balmy, that sort of thing. Right, now I'm going to refocus now on these big twigs. I'm going to put them in quite dark so that they stand out a bit better. So lots of brown, lots of blue, quite a dark mix. A little bit of Payne's grey in there as well, catch a bit of that cad yellow. Just mix it all together, a bit of red in there as well. And I can see there's the one starts there and it sort of wiggles up like that. And there's the reflection. There's another one, it's quite close to it, and again. On this side we've got pressed a little bit stronger. Sort of like a bank there. But it's just coming off there like that, isn't it? The little brush, I haven't used this one yet. See what I can do with this. I'm going straight into that cad yellow. And a few green marks now. A few marks of green. And on there. The background. I'm sort of holding it like that, a nice funny shape. A lot of artists like to hold it. Just lets you get like random marks here and there. I'll clean the end of it. Get back to that clean colour. And this is actually land here. Let's make it look like land. Across there like that. Bit more water. Just wanted to add a few marks by the water's edge That's some of it. Right, let's give that a quick dry. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to use the little height brush. Something like that. Quite a bit of water, and I'm just going to push in like a few shadows across there like that. And there. A few darks. And then just want to add a few more darks. I've got the lights in. If I just add some real dark sections. The darks over there. Just blend them in a little bit. You know what, I think I'm going to finish it off. With a little fisherman. Just something. Hang on. So he's going to be sort of leaning forward, and then he's sort of sat down on something. I'm just going to blend him in with a few darks as well. And I'll just pat it straight over him. That's sort of carving. I haven't made the best job of that, but I'm just going to leave it like I'm going to evaporate with it, I think. Oh, it's just some sort of a hint of a reflection down there, I think. I'm going to leave that now. Let's just sign that one. Let's just sign it down there and call that one finished. So let's sort of mount it up and compare it to the reference photograph, see how it looks. So here's the finished painting in the mount. So if we have another look at the reference photo, there's a whole mass of trunks and branches and foliage and all sorts of things. So I've just really just took each group and just thought of it as a sort of, rather than look at each individual branch and leaf and twig and all the rest of it, just saw it more as, well, there's a bit of green there, there's a bit of green there, there's a bit of green there, there's a bit of blue in the sky, reflect it all down below, and then just pick out the main trunks. You can see that was the one I was looking at when I got my fingernail in and scraped it out. The whole rest of the background trunks, I didn't pick out every individual tree. I just flicked it up with the rigger brush, sword liner, and the only ones I really picked out was this big foreground one, that big foreground one, and then this one. So when we look at the painting, you can just see they were the two ones on the left, the one on the right. The rest of it was just a whole mass of twigs and branches and just different colours and shapes and patterns going on in the background. The only thing I added was the fisherman. Could have made a little bit better job of that, but not to worry. You also, I wanted some lights and darks in it, so I've got the light of the sky and that was reflected below, but I wanted some dark, so I generally pick out 2 or 3 places where the dark should be. I mean, there's some darks in there, a few dark shadows you can see, a few dark shadows around here as well. And so I've identified those areas and I've put them, I've overdone them as always. You just get carried away, it's easily done. You can see all the dark marks I've put in on there and then again over there. It would have been better if I just had a few less, maybe, I think. So that's it for this one. I hope you enjoy that. Many thanks for your support. I'm glad you're all enjoying the new community section now. There's a lot of posts going on, whether they're in the members gallery or the watercolour challenges or the help and advice section. The member introductions as well, new members. It's great to see everyone on there being busy. Do hope it continues. It's great to try and build a nice community on here. So as always, keep practicing. If you've got any questions, please ask, and I'll see you again soon.